Hi friends, it's Miss Chloe. Welcome to Cooking with Miss Chloe, episode home edition number 1. We're coming to you live from my porch / balcony right now. I'm wearing my seed necklace from Cuba, my leaf earrings. So as you might guess, we're going to be working with seeds and we're going to be doing some gardening indoors / outdoors. Today we're going to be talking about how to start a seed at home with some things that you can find in your own kitchens. And so we just need some eggshells today. These are some eggs that I had this morning for breakfast, and I simply cracked them, rinsed them out, and let them dry out. And then I grabbed the handy dandy egg carton to hold those eggs. I've got some chia seeds that I found in my pantry, some lentils, and some flax seeds that I found. These are whole dried flax seeds. I also have some peas that we're using, some dried peas, and you can also use some dried out beans or whatever you can find in your pantry. Just make sure that they're not canned. I also have these seeds, and you might have them. I got them at Stop and Shop for marigold flowers. And finally, I have some nice potting soil. You can also use dirt from outside if you don't have a bag of potting soil. All right, so we're gonna start off by taking some of our dried out eggshells. And this is just an optional part, but it's really fun. I think if you wanna take a marker or two and draw a little face on here, these can be like little buddies. You can also do this as a last step, but sometimes it's kind of fun to start with the first step. I'm gonna name this little seed Larry the lentil, and he is going to have some lentils in him. All right, so next up, after we've made our fun little friend, we're gonna take some of our potting soil, my big bag of potting soil. I do have a trowel, but you can reach in with your eggshell and get some, or you can pour some in or use your hands, which I like to do. Miss Chloe likes to get messy. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of potting soil in there, fill it all the way up, or almost all the way up. And then I'm going to grab my lentils, since this is Larry the lentil. And I'm just going to sprinkle a couple lentils, maybe like 5, and push them down under the soil. Make sure that they're covered. If you have to add a little bit more, that's okay, but you don't want them to be very deep because lentils are very small and they need only a little bit of soil to cover them because they need to grow up and out of the soil. And the deeper they are, the longer it's going to take for them to sprout. So I just sprouted my lentil, or I just potted my lentil. You can finish filling up all of your eggshells, add some funny faces, name them. I think plants grow better if they have names. I'm gonna just continue and put a different seed into every single eggshell, and then I'll let y'all know how it goes. Have fun. All right, we're back. And I have just finished filling up all of my eggshells. And I've given each of them a name. This one is Marigold. I've got Perry pea, and there's another pea, and then I've got some flax seeds and some lentils. This is like a little bit of a science experiment to see which ones grow fastest. So I'm actually going to be watering my plants with my little dropper over here. I don't have a spray bottle, which would be much better because we don't want too much water. So I'm just gonna give them a few sips each. So what you should see is your plant will get some water, it will kind of pool on the top, and then it will sink down, and then you want to give it another sip. You want to make sure that all of that dry soil looks nice and dark and wet. And then you're going to leave this by a windowsill and just let it grow. I'll be sending out a tracking sheet. I'll link that below in the Google Classroom, and that way you can either print it out and draw each day, or copy it and draw or write about what your plant looks like each day. These plants probably won't sprout for a little while, so it might just look like dirt for the first couple of days. But maybe in about a week you'll see some green, and then hopefully it'll grow, and eventually when we get back to school, I'm hoping that we can plant these directly into our outdoor class or outdoor garden when we have some nicer weather, a little bit warmer. And then they can grow on their own because these eggshells will just decompose. That'd be wonderful. All right, so I'll be back later with some more seed-based cooking with Chloe. It was good to see you all. Have a good one.